Today, Precarious plays
Samurai Legend Musashi. Oh, I should say, because I gave Fire Emblem Awakening so much crap.
Yeah.
Fate's Conquest is the most fun I've had with the series probably since Path of Radiance. I really like it pretty well. I think it's occasionally tried my patience because I started on hard mode without any knowledge of the new mechanics or anything. Mm-hmm. Without any knowledge of the characters. I didn't even know... Like, I had a vague understanding of how you sort of had to pick between, like, two rival nations and their royal families. Mm-hmm. But I didn't know how committed they were to setting that up. So I didn't really understand who it was going to be safe to like use and level up early on.
Yeah.
Anyway, basically I could have gotten off on a much better foot playing that game. Mm-hmm. So that might be part of it, but it's actually been doing a pretty nice job of challenging me. Like, I've had to really apply my brainium to get out of some certain situations. Mm-hmm. Like, I've had to make use of all of the features available to me, which is really exciting. Mm-hmm. Like, one thing is I've done some pretty rad stuff with the lunge command that is available on Camilla and... Shoot, what is her name? The other Wyvern rider that joins you around the same time. It seems like a really simple move.
Yeah.
You switch places with the enemy after you attack them. Mm-hmm. But just that one effect has so many different applications. It's actually pretty exciting. Do you know anything about that game? You haven't beaten Awakening yet, so...
No, I haven't. And I've been kind of trying to avoid stuff about it because that is one of the games that I would normally go off and play on my own. Maybe not until long after it comes out, but...
I'd like to see
it's like on the list.
I'd like to see how you'd feel about... The other one is called Birthright. So you have Birthright and you have Conquest. And I'd like to see how you feel about those. Because the other... the only similar way to compare like the two different styles of Fire Emblem is going back and playing Fire Emblem, the one that we're playing now.
Yeah.
And then the one that came directly after it, the Sacred Stones, which also had that sort of Fire Emblem Awakening infinite experience. You can get as much experience as you can stand to grind for, you know?
Yeah.
So, good old Mount Terror.
I think it's terroir. That's how it's spelled.
Is it?
Yeah. And I think that's funny because that's another foodie thing.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Why did you let me say terroir for so many episodes?
Cute. I don't know, because I didn't read it the first time, and you said Mount Terror, and I was like, okay. And then like 4 screens ago, you were like terroir, or I read terroir, and I was like, oh.
Jumped into it. It was my bad.
It's
Sorry.
not. Do you know about the concept of terroir?
No, what is it?
It's the idea that a food product is like inextricably intertwined with the physical place in which it is grown or prepared.
Oh, does it derive from like territory?
Like dirt.
Is that...
Terroir is like most commonly used to describe why grapes from certain places get a distinct flavor bonus from being grown in that particular place.
Oh, so it's a term for douchebags.
No, it's a term for the ineffable qualities that come from dirt and all of its complexity.
So it's people that want to say, my grapes are better than yours because my dirt is better than yours.
Not better, just special. Okay?
Not
always better.
Just unobtainable by you plebs.
Yes.
Just completely unreachable by the common folk.
Why, you couldn't possibly produce champagne out of champagne. You couldn't even call it that. Our grapes are so special. Truth. Absolute truth. If you produce a sparkling wine outside of the province of Champagne, it cannot be called champagne. Kind of like cheddar made outside of cheddar cannot be called cheddar. Do you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely not.
Vidalia onions cannot be grown anywhere outside of Vidalia County. They're just called sweet onions.
So what do you call cheddar cheese? A cheese in the style of cheddar that isn't produced in cheddar.
I think that they've expanded it. Like, I think that...
Okay, well, let's go back to the other one. What do you call champagne?
Cava. Cava or sparkling wine.
Oh, so sparkling wine would be, like, the broadest term.
Yes, the broadest term. But champagne is from Champagne. It's sparkling wine from Champagne.
Oh, that's peculiar.
The ripple effect or champagne?
No, remember how there was a dark... barrier
There
here?
was. It was scary, and you were talking about having to get some sort of dark bad sword.
That's what I expected, but...
Now it's just open.
Yeah.
I wonder what's in here. I bet it's a dark bad sword. Nope. Nope, it's not.
Don't be ridiculous.
So I guess what I'm saying is that if somebody deep fried a corn dog in that lava, they could argue that the specific
just near
microclimate of this Mount Terroir made a difference in the essence of that product to where you could argue that nothing else can be exactly the same. Like, the conditions for this product cannot be reproduced in a different physical place.
Oh, it's just a shortcut anyway. Oh, okay, wait, I think I'm...
Whoa, was that another, like, entire whole other map?
Oh, yeah, but no, we've already been up there.
Oh. That's one thing. I'm just not feeling the scale of this place. Maybe it's because I'm not the one walking through it. I'm just having loving conversations about foodie terms.
So, you know that I hate that kind of stuff. Actually, this is a pretty... Watch me segue this shit into life lessons about video games.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, so one of the reasons why I like video games so much is because I was never, like, hungry. I never went hungry or anything growing up, right?
Right, yeah.
I never had, like, tattered clothes or anything.
You always had the bare necessities.
Okay, trying to get us in trouble, I think, is what your game is. That sort of
maybe.
Precarious plays metagame. But looking back, I didn't have... I was not, like, the kid, that one guy you knew in middle school that always got the PS2 and the GameCube and the Xbox.
Right, so you didn't get all of the new generation consoles on launch day. You had to pick one.
Yeah, and
Like, you never wanted for anything, but at the same time, I
never wanted for anything essential, but I did often want for entertainment stuff.
Yeah, you had to make decisions.
Mainly, I had to rent a lot of games.
Yeah.
Which is certainly not, like, for any other person, that would not be the most awful thing for them, right?
Right.
But in hindsight, for me,
that was
not
like
the best.
Yeah, for you specifically, that was like maybe a bad financial decision.
Yeah. So what I was gonna say was, I really always appreciated video games because even though I didn't buy. So what was the game at the time that would actually make sense? Even though I didn't buy the Twin Snakes, Metal Gear Solid: The Twin Snakes for the GameCube, my much better off friend, I'll call him, he can be Dave for the purpose of conversation. Okay. So he could buy it. Yeah. He could buy all of them.
Yeah, whenever
he just had to ask, right?
Right.
So I could still go to school and talk to Dave about it. We still had that same shared experience, and that was always really important to me. I imagine that if I had been like really, like super poor, like, you know, like what's a... My mom told me a story once about how, for one Christmas, she got drawing paper.
Oh, yeah.
Like, and it was, I mean, like, that was Christmas.
Yeah.
And
that's a good fucking present, though, so...
Yeah, but, I mean, come on, it's a little sad.
Yes, it is a little bit sad, considering...
It was sad enough that she always went out of her way to try to make sure that I had like a visually impactful Christmas. That's why she actually hated as I transitioned
you liked
video games
because it wasn't a big box to unwrap. It was just like, yay!
Yeah, it was like, thank you for 300 hours of Pokemon.
And she's like, but it's only like 5 by 7 inches.
Yeah,
and I can't put a bow big enough on this.
Yeah, and I'm like, I don't give a single damn
about your physical space nonsense.
Yeah, this is gonna be. I'm gonna play Final Fantasy Tactics Advance for 500 hours, and then I'm going to every like 3 years from now until I'm dead, I'm gonna pull it out and play it for at least 40 hours.
Yeah. So, but still.
So,
but having that shared experience.
Yeah, it's always been very important to me. And your weird terroir, yeah. Terroir food stuff is a bunch of elitist bullshit. Fuck you. Yeah.
It does make a difference, though.
Next time you need to end an episode, just like...
Well, I didn't want to stop you.
No, you just need to be like...
It's over.
Fire in the theater. Ah. Oh my god, is that a brachiosaur?
Is that also acceptable? What?
Oh my god, is that a brachiosaur?
Yeah.
Is a brachiosaur a real thing in any media ever, or in reality?
I'm not sure, actually. I used to know dinosaur names, but I'm fresh out.
Oh my god, is that a tetradon?
I don't think that's a thing.